So last week in a new Amazon original film with Chris Pratt fighting aliens dropped. Here's my thoughts. The Tomorrow War was directed by Chris McKay. It stars Chris Pratt, and the story follows Chris Pratt's character as he's drafted to go in the future to fight a war against aliens who are going to wipe out humanity. Alright, so before I go any further, I want to discuss this Chris Pratt situation. And shout out to my friend Brandon, because I didn't know a single thing about this until he told me that people are canceling Chris Pratt because he's a Christian. And to those people, I tell you to, you need Jesus. But anyways, yeah, so I wanted to watch this movie when it was first announced as getting made. A premise about people from the future coming back to draft people from the past to go fight a future alien war. That just seemed all awesome to me. Like you, with this premise, you go back and draft Abraham Lincoln, people like, I don't know, Ulysses S. Grant, or I don't know, who else can you draft? You can draft, like, several great people. So when I saw the trailer, I was a little bit like, okay, this looks more like an action horror film, and it doesn't really have all the famous people I was expecting to see in the movie. So I was a little bit like, alright. And plus, the trailer kind of reminded me of, like, Edge of Tomorrow, the film that I wasn't a massive fan of. There's a lot of things I loved about that film, but I'm not, like, a stunningly big fan of that film. But, like, so, yeah, the trailers remind me of that. And it just didn't look like anything special. And then the reviews came out, and the reviews were pretty good. They've got, like, 3C Films, Sean Chandler. I haven't seen Jeremy Hans yet, but, like, everyone's saying this film was really good. So I was really excited to check it out. I was going to check it out, like, last Tuesday. But then my internet was being dumb again, and it wouldn't let me on Amazon Prime, so I couldn't watch it. I actually watched, like, 15 minutes of it, and then it shut off. And then, so today I decided to watch it with my father. So, anyways, yes, before I give you my thoughts on the film, I want you to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment below, what did you think of Chris Pratt's The Tomorrow War? It was directed by Chris McKay, the guy who's directed the Lego Batman movie, so I'm really curious. Did you like the Lego Batman movie? Are you liking films that he's making so far with the Lego Batman movie, The Tomorrow War? He is rumored to make a Nightwing movie, and I wouldn't totally be against it. But anyways, I want to know all that and more down in the comment section below, and with that said, here we go into my thoughts. Alright, obviously, this film wasn't perfect. In fact, I probably enjoyed The Boss Baby 2 more than I enjoyed this film. But it's just like, it's a nice little reminder of what films used to be. Certain ways, it reminded me of tons of films. I've already mentioned the trailer reminded me of Edge of Tomorrow, and a lot of the things about this film reminded me of Edge of Tomorrow. I did enjoy this film better than Edge of Tomorrow, to be honest. But, like, so it reminded me of Edge of Tomorrow. In some ways, it reminded me of, like, Die Hard, just a little bit, with the third act. And then we got a little Independence Day in there. Like, there's so many things that this film reminded me of. It's kind of, like, nostalgic for me. It's especially Edge of Tomorrow. It was, like, making me rethink, like, oh, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow, the guys did this and this and this, and I was, like, counting the similarities and counting the differences, especially, that's what I'm going to compare this film to, Edge of Tomorrow. Now, obviously, I enjoyed this film, better than I enjoyed Edge of Tomorrow. I think that's because Edge of Tomorrow's third act kind of went downhill. I know a lot of people are saying this film's third act went downhill, but not me. I kind of enjoyed the third act. But let's get into some specifics here. Obviously, Chris Pratt, amazing job here. I love his acting. I love him in Jurassic World. I love him in the Lego movie. I love him in everything I've ever seen him in. He is such a talented actor. And here is no difference. He plays, like, these emotions that they write them into, and I'll get to the emotions later, but he plays, like, the emotions and, like, the action, and, like, it's all entertaining. His interactions with J.K. Simmons, who is his father in this movie, is great. I just love seeing the two on screen, especially in that final scene. Like, I was like, yep, I could totally see Chris Pratt being the child of J.K. Simmons. Like, it just looked all legit. So the cast here, excellent, but probably my biggest positive here was the aliens. Yeah. So the big thing that got me excited for this movie when I saw the trailer was the scenes when, like, the aliens crashing into the Humvees and stuff. I loved all that. I liked, oh my gosh, these aliens look so good. If you know me, I love monster movies. I love films like Cloverfield, like Jurassic World. I just love creature films. They get me excited. Like, and this is no different. The creature designs here are great. Like, hands down, one of the best I've ever seen. Like, and another big positive for me with this film is that, in those monster movies, especially Cloverfield, which really ticks me off, they kind of shy away from showing us Clover. And I was like, no, please just show us the monster. And here they did just that. They showed us so much of this monster, and I absolutely loved it. Now, obviously, this monster, like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys right now my favorite monster. Featured this in a video before, but, like, anytime I can brag on Funko Pops, I will, especially one that's a Quiet Place monster. Like, okay, 100% a Quiet Place monster is the best monster I've ever seen on screen, but this is probably a close second. These monsters easily creeped me out and also looked awesome while fighting. Alright, so there were several scenes in here that got me, like, pumped up, but then there were also the dragging scenes. And the dragging scenes, I think that's more of a me problem. I was just like, I was here for the action. I wasn't really here for the emotions. To be honest with you, the emotions did not get my heart pumping and be like, ugh. Okay, so this film has a lot in common with The Boss Baby 2. Number one, the emotions, they don't really work for me. Sure, in this film I was like, okay, the emotions, they're cool, they're solid, everyone's doing a good job. And it's not like F9, where Chris Pratt's all like, hey, I'm gonna make it about me. And that's exactly what Vin Diesel did with F9. Chris Pratt's making, like, a character story, and Chris Pratt did it really well here. He handled the emotions really well. I just was here for the monster action. I was here for action and see people shooting down monsters. And especially when we first saw these monsters, because I just wanted to see more of them, and more of them, and more of them, and more of them. Obviously, though, there were drag down scenes where I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored, and my mind wandered a little bit, and then I, like, blanked out for, like, 50 seconds. That's pretty much the amount I blanked out on. But there were some great scenes as well, where, like, when I was bored, I was like, okay, now it's got me into the movie for another half hour. This movie was also really long, and you can never feel the pace. All the reviews I'm seeing is all like, hey, look at that. It's way too long. It's got, like, 5 acts. No. I felt like, instead of acts, it was more split into halves. So you got the first half, where he's in the future. You got the second half, where he's in the past. And it's balanced very well. I really enjoyed seeing, like, from him going to the future, and then him being in his timeline, and then all the emotions gathered together. Like I said, it really reminded me of Edge of Tomorrow. Like, when the aliens, and you've seen this in the trailers, when they attacked the base, I was like, okay, yeah, that's straight from Edge of Tomorrow. It's pretty clear that Chris McKay, or whoever wrote this film, was like, alright, Edge of Tomorrow, we're gonna make kind of like this Edge of Tomorrow movie, but we're gonna make it original. And I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a good idea. So I really enjoyed this movie. As you could tell, there's several positives. There's just some drag down scenes. The emotions didn't quite work. Obviously, drag down scenes were more often than not. It's a film more of entertainment, and I feel like it was trying to go for too much, just a little bit. I never felt the length. I never felt like, okay, honest with you, I never felt any of the negatives. I didn't really feel any negatives. I was just like, that's an enjoyable movie, but with some boring things. I'm not even going to give this film an A. I'm not even going to give it an A-. I just really enjoyed this film. Not really anything I'm ever going to want to watch again. Maybe I'll just watch the monster scenes, but it's just more like a, yeah, alright, been there, done that, enjoyable film. So I really enjoyed The Tomorrow War. I'm going to have to give it a B+, a 7.5 out of 10, and 3.5 stars. Ironically, that's the same score I gave The Boss Baby Family Business, which I actually filmed yesterday, but I uploaded this morning. So you're going to have to check out that review as well. To be honest with you, I think I I enjoyed The Boss Baby 2 more than I enjoyed this film. This film, I did not like, but, like, it certainly had moments where I was kind of bored, and The Boss Baby 2 was just for entertainment. So was this one, but, like, it kind of tried to be too much. So I really enjoyed this film. I want you guys to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What did you think of The Tomorrow War? Hey, I found another common thing that Edge of Tomorrow has. They both have tomorrow in the name. Edge of Tomorrow, The Tomorrow War. That's just a fun fact. They both got really handsome actors playing the lead roles. Chris Pratt and Tom Cruise. I would really love to see them in a movie together. What would you think about that? Would you guys want to see them in a movie together? But anyways, this has just been my thoughts. Stay tuned for several more reviews coming soon. Loki. Hopefully I'm going to watch Loki tonight, give you my reviews this week. I don't upload on Sundays really, so stay tuned for my review of Loki. I still got to watch Barb and Star, Black Widow whenever I can, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pay $30 to see it. And I went to the movies yesterday, so anyways, yeah. So stay tuned for all those videos. This has been a Zachary Movie Chat production. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What did you think of The Tomorrow War? And with that said, this has been a Zachary Movie Chat production.